Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show. Today we are having a special show on Sunday, but it's really worth it because we are going to have a great conversation with, some very inspiring women located all over the world, and they're part of a special movement called the Female Wave of Change, and I'm also part of this movement as an ambassador for them here in Australia. And it's a movement we're actually looking at reshaping the future. And it's a young movement, but already they've have accomplished so much, and the movement is really about uniting women and making sure that we create a positive impact and changing the world for the best. And today with us we're supposed to have 4 representatives, but we will try, if technology help us to do that. We have some representatives, so I'm going to have with us today as a guest Yvonne. She's the founder and president of Female Wave of Change, and she has just, given the vision to this movement, and the movement is now represented in 45 countries. And she's also the co-founder of Move into the Future, which is focused more on the role of the 50 plus generation in changing the world. So she will have the opportunity to introduce herself a little bit more in detail, and you'll see how inspiring she is. I also have Josefina. Josefina is based in the UK. She's what we call in the movement a wave maker. And she's doing waves out of the UK, and she's also the member of the Female Wave of Change Youth Council. And Josefina is a grant manager at the Royal Society and founder and director of Potential. And like Ingun, I will let her the opportunity to introduce herself and really, inspire us today as well. We hopefully will be able to have Yvonne Busisiwe, if she can, log in, but, we will find an opportunity to at least, tell a story. And it would be a shame because she's such an inspiring figure, and then wisdom will be really welcome on this in this show. And we also have Roula. Roula is based in Lebanon. She's an ambassador, first among equals in the Middle East and in Northern Africa for Female Wave of Change. And she is a certified organizational and systemic coach. And she's also a managing partner at Team in Motion, which is a specialized company for team building activities and personal development training. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to bring those inspiring ladies just now, and we will have the opportunity to understand, what is, Female Wave of Change, the impact that they've created, and the impact that they want to create to reshape the world, and really bring some positivity and accelerate the change for a better world. So get ready. Make sure you have your pen as usual, and your paper or book, whatever you use so far, because I think you're going to learn so much from those ladies, and also understand how powerful Female Wave of Change is, and the big wave that we started to make as a movement. So we're coming back, and we're going to start the conversation with first Ingun and Josefina.
And that's the power of labels, right?
On memories, but as I got older, I started to be more aware of some of the abusive sides of.
So, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Ingun, welcome, Josephina, and we have Renee with us as well. So, welcome, and let's make some wave today. And so Renee is here, so we're supposed to have, but that's what female ways of change is all about. When one cannot make it, there's always support straight away. So you can see already how the movement is so well organized, and how women are working together very well. So let's start, by knowing, for our viewers, they really want to know who you are, and really know a little bit about your story and how you came about to be in female wave of change, and what are the key things that you really do as part of female wave of change, and the impact that you want to have. So I'll start with Ingun.
Yes, well, thank you, Mirai. It's really wonderful on this Sunday to be your guest at this wonderful show. I've already seen so many of them, and always very inspiring speakers. So thank you for that. And yes, well, my background, engineer from background, worked in the IT business for 20 years, never really happy. And 20 years ago, decided that I really wanted to be me. Was that very masculine environment that was just not, it didn't fit for me. Mm-hmm. So in 2002, started my own business and helped a lot of people to find their purpose and, make the next step. 10 years ago, well, things happen. I come from this very masculine and male background. Mm-hmm. Things happened, and I was approached online by this female network from the United States if they wanted to, if I wanted to organize a great event, a big event for the 100th mm-hmm. International Women's Day. And I just didn't have that female background or that female network, but I just did it. Mm-hmm. And that for me, that time was really the moment that I thought, well, this is so, that was so life-changing. In 2.5 months' time, we organized 12 different events for 1,500 women. That was my aha moment, and thought, well, I really have to start working with women, and mm-hmm. have been doing that since. Female mm-hmm. wave of change started, well, over 3.5 years ago. And very much about, we live in that world of change, rapid change, exponential. And I realized that a lot of women were not ready for that change. They just didn't want to see it. They weren't bothered by what was going on. We wanted to create awareness, but also the other thing. So that was very important that I thought, well, they really have to step into their leadership. They have to take responsibility and build their future. And the other thing was also that I was very much aware that the world we are creating for the next mm-hmm. generations, or we have created over the past 50 years, was not something to be very proud of. Mm-hmm. So I was really very much aware more and more that change is okay, rapid change is okay, but we have to change the direction of change. And that mm-hmm. is where our feminine values and our feminine energy comes in. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a plan of what it was going to be. It grew very exponential, but yes, we're now represented in 45 countries. We have this amazing group of women, and doing a lot of things. But let the others speak first before we share everything.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Igun. And I think you'll get the opportunity to talk about a little bit more about, how you started and, what you've done so far and how your vision have been traveling up to now. So I'll start with Renee. Renee, welcome. Welcome to the show. And so let us know who you are, Renee, and really, how you get to come to join, Female Wave of Change and embrace the vision and the mission.
Thank you, Mireille. Thank you for inviting us. And it's a pleasure to be here on a Sunday indeed. And actually, my history is similar and again different than Ingun's. My background in work has been a professional HR manager, HR leader in international space with high-tech companies. I'm a psychologist from background and I did my MBA. So, and while I really enjoyed my career, I worked with teams, with a lot of great people, and I also worked abroad, which I liked very much. I was always aware that I was a bit the odd one out in the teams because most of the time I was the only woman in the teams, and that has an impact. I mean, it has a positive impact because you know that the moment you are in the room, you make the difference. And at the same time, you also feel lonely sometimes. And those challenges, once I was in a point in my career that I had a little bit of time out or sabbatical, whatever you want to call it, I thought, okay, how great it would be to help other women, particularly women, who are maybe, experiencing the same challenges, how great it would be that I could help them with my experience. And this one-on-one or one-on small groups coaching is what I always liked in my HR career in corporate. So I just thought, okay, let me continue that. And that's what I do in my own small business, coaching business, but also with the foundation Female Wave of Change, where we really empower women from all walks of life, from at all levels. And we're going to talk about it later, I guess, our leadership program, which you know very well, Mireille. And that's just fantastic to work on. So I will leave it for now.
Okay, thanks, Renee. So, Josefina, what about you? How are you? How did you come to join Female Wave of Change? And show us your energy. I know that you have so much energy and passion for the movement. So let us know who you are and a little bit of your story and how you've been traveling with the movement so far.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here, and especially such an honor to be with Renee and Ingun. The great thing about Female Wave of Change is that it's just composed of amazing women, so I'm very happy to be part of that movement. To say a little bit about me, so I am the founder of an organization, a social initiative called Potential, which seeks to really promote the vibrancy, talent, and potential of African and African diaspora communities. I'm also a wave maker in the United Kingdom for Female Wave of Change, as well as part of the Youth Council. And I do other things on the side, such as working with Royal Society. So I really define myself as a person with many facets. But most importantly, and the reason what brought me to Female Wave of Change is really, I grew up with women. Everyone around me, my role models have always been women. And I knew at home that women were powerful, they were leaders and they're problem solvers. But then going out to the world, this was presented to me as, especially when people think of the developing world, as women are the ones that stay at home, they're the ones that are not making decisions, they're not confident. But this kind of never went from that, never really reflected my relationship that I had with women. So when I had a Female Wave of Change, it was just the perfect platform to really show that actually this is not it. Women, we are leaders and we just need the space to be heard, and we just need to create and believe in our own leadership. And this is what brought me here. And what I'm hoping to really achieve with this is just encourage everyone, actually, women and men, to just embrace their authenticity and know that they matter and everyone has a place in society and no one gets to define who we are, but we do.
That's fantastic and very, very powerful. And we have full house today. Let's say hello to our colleagues and friends here. We have Gladys. Gladys is from, she's tuning in from Zimbabwe, and so she said this is organized, and she's also starting to thank Ingun for answering to the call and the haha moment. Now we are all benefited from the great wisdom. And we have Selena as well from the US. So reshaping, empowering, and building authenticity in women around the globe. So very, very powerful. We have Florence from Burundi. Hey, Florence, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. And we also have Fazia. Fazia, welcome, joining from South Africa. So very, very good. So before we continue, I'm going to show a video, and that's a call that was made by Female Wave of Change. And then we'll come back and continue the conversation on what is Female Wave of Change and the mission and the vision that Female Wave of Change has.
Dear global leaders, decision makers, and global citizens at all levels of society, Female Wave of Change invites you to join us to reshape the future and accelerate change for a better world. Female Wave of Change is a global movement established to raise awareness and contribute to reshape the future by creating a legacy to be proud of. A more human, more conscious, more sustainable, and more connected world for all. 3.5 years after our start, we are now represented in over 40 countries on 5 continents and guide women worldwide and at all levels of society to step into their authentic feminine leadership and to catalyze change. We believe that we all have to take responsibility and that now more than ever we need to support a more feminine, more human, values-based approach in leadership. We believe that with the right mindset, the right heart set, and the right soul set, we can change the narrative. COVID-19 came unexpectedly, and it made us more conscious of the things that really matter. Let us make sure that lives, jobs, businesses, and opportunities were not lost in vain. With women from all over the world, Female Wave of Change has defined 5 key areas we intend to work on while moving forward. Let us acknowledge humanity as the core of our decision-making and actions. We are one human race. We are equal regardless of our gender, the color of our skin, our cultural background, religion, our financial situation, the country where we live, our sexual orientation, or our disabilities. Let us embrace diversity, act from our hearts, and work on creating a peaceful, safe, and fair society for all. Let us focus on education as our most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. Together we can make good education available worldwide, to embrace the uniqueness of each individual child, offer them the space to develop into their authentic personality and stimulate using their full potential. Let us provide lifelong learning opportunities and empower authentic future leaders. Let us move from illness care to health care and prevention. Let's focus our actions and measures on prevention by promoting and supporting health and well-being, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Let's provide those who are mentally or physically challenged with the care they need, regardless of their background or current situation. Let us redefine success and bring it back to a human level. Let us bring it back to well-being, health, happiness, purpose, and social impact, and create new business models to support it. Let us create new opportunities together, opportunities based on a positive impact on society, a positive impact on the environment, and support people with the necessary knowledge and resources. Let us act from the awareness that we are the keepers of the planet that belongs to future generations. There is no planet B, and we have to give Mother Nature the opportunity to heal. We need to leave future generations a planet where they can live healthy and happily ever after. It is time for a global awakening. There is no more you versus me. There is only we to catalyze positive change. We have to act now. Female Wave of Change invites you to join us to reshape the future. We are here as leaders for positive change. Remember, we are the ones we have been waiting for.
So powerful, so powerful. We are the one we have been waiting for. So Ingun, I'm going to ask you, so how do you, because this is a very powerful, message. So how do you intend to do that? What is the vision for that? And what are the tool and the strategy that you think you're going to use to be able to actually, have the vision, make it a reality? Thank you.
Well, that is always a challenge, of course.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not muted. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, we can hear you now. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. Fantastic. Yeah, well, it is always a challenge, to really make change happen. Mm-hmm. But we have, since the start of Female Wave of Change, said, well, we are going to reshape the future. We are going to really make change happen. And now more than ever, when COVID ended up our doorstep in the beginning of this year, it was really it was that we felt all together, let's take a moment to reflect and really decide on what we are going to do, because this is our moment to shine, now more than ever. And it's too bad that Roula is not here, because I really would have loved her to share her story of what is happening in Lebanon right now. And, already COVID is such an impact on women and girls worldwide. That is amazing. But if you look at what is happening in a country like Lebanon, of course, already the situation there was terrible. It was getting worse by the day, with the whole economic situation, the government that didn't act on it. And then this whole explosion, what happened, this is a country that is really suffering, and suffering really badly. And the world is just watching, and that's also the situation. And this is a country where women are very well educated. This is a country where they were stepping into their leadership. If they have the opportunity to shine, they will. But, there's this human situation, the humanity there. It's terrible. So what we have been doing now, we defined those 5 key areas. And in the organization, we are working in teams to work on those key areas. And of course, they are all interconnected. It is not, humanity without economy, without the environment. It is all together. Education, very important. So the teams are working on it. September 5, we're coming together with a lot of members from our global team worldwide, and talking again on these key areas. What actually can we do? As an organization and as board, of course, we can sit down for an afternoon and say, okay, so what are we actually going to do? It will be this, and this. This is not how we work. We want to hear the voices of the women worldwide. And that is why we are working in the teams. And that is why we are working. September 5 will be very much within the team, but also with a lot of guests already who have told us, yes, we really want to be involved. And then on September 26th, we have our global conference. And that really is the moment that we are going to decide on what we do. And it's going to be very concrete. It's going to be very action oriented, and it's going to be very much oriented into how do we want the future to look like.
Fantastic. And I think a lot of our viewer actually like what they've seen and they find it very powerful. We have chicas from Nigeria, and Female Wave of Change is a powerful initiative. I'm interested. Indeed, we are the ones we have been waiting for. We have Karen. Hey, Karen. Karen is tuning in from the US. She's interested too. So very, very powerful. We have Abram from India. Abram is one of my mentor. So it's good to see men as well being here to understand, what we are talking about as women, and that we are ready to change this world and go to the next level if it's required. So Renee, I mean, with all of that, obviously, my question is, how do you think we can do it? Is there any program that, Female Wave of Change is working on, or any specific strategy that is put in place to be able to make sure that the authenticity of every single woman is actually coming out as part of this, as part of this setting, and as part of this, in this volatility and uncertain world that we are living in right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think it started when we had our months of about humanity. So what is it really, what we feel and what we see coming? It was quite a while ago, I think 2 years ago already. But at that time we got, and that's to Ingun's point, we always listen to people outside to come to us with also their needs. And it was very clear that in terms of when you want to ensure that humanity is everywhere, that economic independence, financial independence, and education is key. So at that moment we started, and I don't want to talk too long about it, but we started our journey on Women Leading and Change, our leadership online leadership program. And that program was really aimed to women who, I mean, we met so many people, so many women, with strong women, and at the same time, they were not always aware of the power they held inside. And with our program that we developed with you, also Mireille, of course, and other members of our circle of wise women, we just got this program running that touches people in the heart. It really makes them see, who am I as leader, who am I as authentic feminine leader, and also building the resilience, the confidence, also finding their voice. And exactly to your point, also how to cover also these times of uncertainty, because you can have a plan, you can have your ambition, but the world doesn't stand still, and just these past months have shown that. And so this is one of the key lessons that we are including in our leadership program, Women Leading in Change. And the excitement is, of course, that next Wednesday, September 2, is starting a new cycle again, which is wonderful. And I think just to mention a couple of the things that are impacting the women in our program, that's both on the individual level, like personal, in your family, maybe being more outspoken of what you want and how you want to even divide household chores, but also women who made promotions in their work and just really found a different purpose, I would say, to go for. So this makes us all very grateful that we can do this. And this is one of the ways how we live our strategy and our vision, Mireille.
Thank you, Renee. And I think so Gladys is very appreciative. She's done the program, and a very powerful program, Lives Transforming. It has really impacted my life in a big positive way since 2019 when I did the program. Thanks, Gladys, for that. And we are so happy to see that, things are, the program have been able to help you and to understand not only your power, but also transform your life for the better. So Josefina, you are part of, the young generation in Female Wave of Change. How do you think, you impact, we can impact as young women, can impact, the world and fit, this vision of the woman, the female wave of change, the vision of reshaping the world and accelerating the change, the positive change.
Interesting question. Thank you for asking that. I think something that I really like of Female Wave of Change is that it's also very much focusing on the leaders of the future, the leaders of tomorrow. So they're not just engaging, adult generations or people that already know what they want out of their lives, but they're also trying to engage those younger generations that are still trying to find themselves, who have needs that might be similar, but they require different responses than the other generations do. The way I see it, perhaps, and I also was very lucky to do the program Women Leading in Change, and I think that was key because one of the key aspects for youth, I think, is we need to understand our own power and authenticity. And this is why I think programs such as mentoring and coaching, and also leadership coaching, I think is key, so that we can understand within ourselves the things that troubled us, and then we can find a way of advocating these and coming together with other young people as well as with other generations to really cause change. And I think really that's the way to do it, creating those platforms where youth can be mentored, where they can be coached, but where they can also come together for action, for an action that is very specific to their own needs and for what they want for the future.
So that's fantastic, and I think that's that's what Ingun was saying, is that is for everybody. It's really for people with different background, and it's really the diversity in terms of age, in terms of race, in terms of we also have men in the movement, and that's very important to to notice, and really we're gonna do this together, and we have to be one and not wait for for somebody else to do it for us. We are the one that we've been waiting for, and that's a strong statement. And I see that there have been some more comments here. Intergenerational involvement is commendable. Investing in the present and the future. You're right, Chicas. That's the key going forward. And legacy building through the young people. Yes, we have to bring the young people along. We have to prepare, them because they are going to be the leader of tomorrow, and we have to prepare them for that. And it's important to educate, mentor our future leaders. So we're going to have a break, and we'll come back and continue this very exciting conversation. And I hope that the audience is enjoying it as well. And please come and join us because, as you see, it's really a powerful movement, and with a big vision. So don't you want to be part of it? So don't hesitate. Come contact anybody in Female Wave of Change, and I know that you're gonna understand and be happy to understand what's going on and how you can become step into your power and become really a power for people around you in your environment. So don't go anywhere. We'll come back and continue the conversation. It's actually the result of a long journey in the oil and gas industry, working worldwide. And so I've been in this industry for 20 years. And like Deborah was saying, there's a big significance in the 20 years because I got in this industry because I lost my dad. And at some point I just had to stop going to school. I had my bachelor. I stopped because I had to find job, and then I got into the industry. But I managed to discover the industry and really like it. So this book is really represent a lot for me. I dedicate it to my dad actually, and also really putting together all that I've learned working in the industry as well. So through this journey, what I've really realized is that when you really want something, you have to go and get it. And going and get it doesn't mean just sit down, have the idea. It's also just put a plan, implement it. Really have to start going and inform the young generation that there are opportunities, and they should actually try to embrace some of those technical career in the oil and gas industry, and that's something that needs still to be done and strategized and start really at a very young age, because it's the industry is growing in Africa, so we will need the workforce, and it's So we are back. We are back with Ingun, Josephina, and Renee, and we are talking about, reshaping the future and female wave of change, and the wave that they started to do and they are planning to do to change this world and accelerate the positive change. So Ingun, I mean, you mentioned, the conference just right now. There's a conference coming up. So what are you planning to achieve with the conference? And, can you tell us a little bit about when it's going to happen and how it's going to be, it's going to be done, and a little bit more details about it?
Yes, thank you, Mireille. Yeah, the global conference will be on the 26th of September. From 1 until 6 in the afternoon, Central European time. So I don't know it. I know it's in the evening for Australia, but it will be very interactive. And what we want to accomplish is really that in the end of the conference, we have a blueprint that with all these actions, and that is very much about thinking global but acting local, so you start global. And that was also our statement, what you just showed the video, dear global leaders, global decision makers, but also global citizens. We cannot just expect the global leaders and governments and politicians and corporate leaders to solve the issues that we are facing right now. We really have to act on these together, and we have to act on all these different areas that we are looking into right now. So what I really would love is, to see the energy on very concrete projects that we are going to do. So of course, education for us is key. And well, Josephina and Renee are in our team working on education, preparing that conference so they can share more about that. Education is important. But for instance, right now, the part of economy, financial independence, creating new opportunities together. Let's do this, let's really find in that whole conference, find what we are going to do and how we are going to do this. Because right now, there are so many women and children affected by, of course, the pandemic and the economic crisis. They don't have an income anymore. So if there is no income, there is no food, it's not safe anymore in the house. It's, the education, it's everything is getting worse. And so we really need women to step up and be educated in a way that they can start their own businesses, and let's do this together. If we find projects or we create projects that work, for instance, in Kenya, it can easily be duplicated into India, in Australia, into Brazil, into all countries where we need it. But let's be fair. Right now we need it everywhere, all over the globe, because the economic crisis is touching each and every one of us. So we really want to be very concrete. Of course, also with education, it's not anymore that we only look at education for the children, and that needs to be changed. Absolutely, because we need those future leaders to guide them, to be their unique and their authentic self. So it's very much about finding those projects and do that together. But also, if we are going to create businesses, for instance, a new opportunity, let's be very aware of what it is doing to our planet. There is no planet B. We don't have time to act or not to react again on it. The time is now. And I always, of course, the global development goals are the sustainable development goals are very important, and we embrace organizations. So also when we're doing things like this. But I love to share also the 7 generations thinking, again, of a very indigenous people, the Iroquois Indians. With each and every step, every decision that they have to take, they wonder what impact it will have on the next 7 generations. So that will be for us, it will be for our children, our grandchildren, our great, blah, blah, blah. It's very important to think that way, because if people start thinking in that way, they really start making a difference, because the things that they will do today or tomorrow, that will be different if they, look at it from a different perspective. And that is why I love that quote from our global ambassador, Busisiwe Bokoko. If we change the heart set, the mindset, and the soul set, we can change the narrative. And that is what we're really going to do.
That's powerful, very powerful. And Renee, what do you think? Josephina, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I mean, with that passion, I just really wanted to add to what Ingo was really sharing, because I think it's important that people understand the urgency of the now. I think the COVID pandemic has showed us globally that things as they are not okay. I mean, education is not doing well. I mean, we found out the schools haven't stopped around the world. Things have gone online, but what about all those people that cannot access online platforms, the internet? What about inequalities? I mean, in the UK, there's been issues with the way they were assessing for people that were going to uni, the way the algorithm they used was kind of discriminating against those that went to public free schools. The system is not working, it's corrupt, we need to do something about it. The environment is not doing well. We're now at a crossroads in which we're thinking public health, but also the economy. We need to rethink our values. We need to rethink what is the world we want into the future. And this is why I think this conference is key, because it doesn't just focus on areas that are very important to have in our mind, but it also thinks about how they come together. And I think something that is lacking a lot in the conversation is that we're focusing on the public health, saving lives because of COVID, but we're not thinking of the mental health. We're not thinking of the job. We don't think of the unemployment. We don't think of the education. We need to stop trying to find solutions that only target one issue in isolation, because this COVID has showed us that we're connected and everything is connected. So we need to start looking at things together, and we need to start having conversations as a global community. And that's precisely what Female Wave of Change does. We're not just having conversations with people in Europe, the UK, the people I like, or the people that look like me. We're having conversations on a global level because we recognize the challenges are global, but we need to act local.
Fantastic. That's I really like it. It's important that the people understand that everything, we all connected. And I think that's where COVID came and, brought this message to us. We didn't want to listen. It just came and said, okay, you don't want to listen. This is it. We are all connected. We have to try to now to work together and solve all those problems together. Because otherwise, if we keep, doing things separately, there's no way we will go anywhere, and things are going to get worse. So if we really want to improve things, we have to work together, and with our diversity of ideas and in every area. So everybody should be included. So Renee, anything to add to that?
Oh, there's a lot I can add to that, but let me pick out maybe two things. One is what COVID taught me, and I think a lot of us in the group and in other groups that I'm working with, is that, to Josefina's point, that you need a different leadership, different energy, different competences and qualities to really tackle the integral issues that we are seeing. And for me, that is one of the almost sort of positives out of this situation, that because many times the leadership skills are seen like competition and drive and getting things done, and less focus on the, in general, more feminine leadership qualities and energy and competences like empathy and collaboration and thinking ahead with the end in mind, thinking ahead about what we really want to achieve in the longer term future. And I think that this time has proven that we need both competences, both the masculine and the feminine qualities and energy. And that's for me a big gain out of this situation, if we can keep that. And we want to do that with the conference as one point. And the other thing I would like to add is this connection indeed between economic independence, education, economy. So how can you build a future really sustainably? And in my mind, education plays a big role in that, from the early days where we want to teach our children both the the math and then the languages, but also the more like mental health, instilling confidence, etc. And then sort of that the lifelong learning is just the way to go, and that is the only way that we can make things work, and we can cope with the changes that our environment is giving us. So the importance of education in the midst of all these other factors, I think, is just key for me also to mention here again.
Fantastic. So we have quite a lot of comments. I can't even follow the comments anymore. So there's so obviously you'll get people for the conference. So Chikas is she's tuning it from Nigeria. I think Chikas is actually a politician, so she might be able to also implement bring the implementation of whatever come out of the conference as well. And there's Gladys again, power of duplication to reduce poverty. And we have also Abraham is still here. Sustainable development goals are of paramount importance, and also and I like this one as well, think global and act local, and the urgency is now. And we need to understand the importance also of the mental health, which was mentioned, and stay connected, be together. All the world is stage now, so we all have our place. And I think Abraham is saying again the same thing, is that Corona has been, a blessing in disguise in some way, and I feel to bring the global community together. And that's an important fact here. And lifelong learning is the way. So let's have another break and listen to Ingun again on the more detail on the reshaping, the world, and reshaping the future. And accelerating the positive impact that we want to have.
Hi everyone, my name is Ingun Bol and I'm the founder and president of Female Wave of Change. Over the past half year, a lot has happened and is still happening all over the world. As Female Wave of Change, we have always believed that we can contribute to create a better world for all, to reshape the future. And we do believe that we need those authentic feminine leaders that can drive change using their feminine values and their feminine energy. Education and empowerment of women has always been very important to us. That is also why we are so excited that we can restart our education program, Women Leading in Change, in the last week of August. A real transformation journey, a program that we run online, that is developed by and implemented by our own wise women, our own ambassadors, women from all over the globe. And over the past year, we have had participants, again, from all walks of life and from all corners of the world. A real transformation journey where you can see that women uplift each other and they grow during the whole process. So after, we had to stop our program in April of this year, we are so excited that we're restarting in August, last week of August. And you really have an opportunity now to register, so please do. We really want to make this program available to as many women as possible. So if there is a reason, a very special reason why you would like to join but are not able to join because, for instance, there's a financial situation, let us know, because we have a sponsorship program and we really would like you to be part of this program. So do get in touch, www.femalewaveofchange.com. We have this really special offer for the second half of this year, and be part of this program. We need, again, those authentic feminine leaders to drive change. We are the ones we have been waiting for. So really looking forward to see your registration. See you soon.
So we are back with Josephina, Renee, and Ingun, and time is flying. I don't even want to stop anymore because the conversation is just so good. But, I have one question is, obviously, everything is not always, easy to do. And you've already done so much, I think, as part of this movement and bringing, this forward and making those big waves that are anticipated. So what do you anticipate in terms of, bringing this authentic leadership from women? What do you think are going to be the impact in a way? What's going to be the impact in a way that you're looking for, and at what level?
Do you want me to step in?
Yeah, you can step in. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, well, what is it that we really want? We want to create a better world for all, at each level of society. And that is also why we need women and men at all levels of society to step in. But we need, that different, and again, that quote, that different mindset. Renee, you heard her about the values. If we start acting on those values, we start treating each other differently. There will be no racism. There will be no inequality. There will be no, all these things that we're talking about now. If we all can work on creating those new opportunities and we can create that financial independence, that is also so important. So it is all about taking it step by step and leading towards the solutions. And that is also what I mentioned last week in a very big webinar with all scientists in India. The system doesn't work anymore. So you can choose to fight the system. That will take a lot of bad energy, that will take a lot of your time and frustration and etc. Or you can create a new system. You can reshape it. And that is actually what we intend to do, is really work from almost nothing and start creating, but because that is where the solution is. And politics, they will follow. If they see that we can reshape that future and they see that the impact it will have, then they will follow. And of course, we would love to have a lot of politicians already getting engaged and being at our conference and already talking with us where the solutions are. But we have to show them that the way we really would like to see it, that it can be created.
And the change starts with us, and I think that's the message, is that we can't wait. We have the power, whatever power we have. It can be a small one, but we have to start and implement something, and give the end to another person, so that we can bring everything together to create a bigger change. And that's the most important thing. Renee, what's your view on that?
Yeah, I think so. Ingun and I are working together now more than 2 years already, and so it's very interesting because we are a little bit like complementary to each other. So Ingun is bringing this big vision. I'm also focused on what everyone can do in his or her environment, family, community, organization. And I strongly, I mentioned it, I guess already, but this power of one, the fact that you are the one that can make the difference. And even if it's like every time I interact with another person, and people may not be aware of that, but every time when you interact and you show your authentic leadership, or you show yourself as a role model, you are a role model. So my strong belief is, for every one of us, she or he can do that. And that's another way how to look at the change that we want to achieve. So my change starts with everyone, one by one.
Fantastic. I love that. Josefina.
Totally. What Renee just said really resonates with me. For me, the hope that we have with Female Wave of Change, or that my contribution can also have, is really allowing people, or showing people, that we need to stop apologizing for who we are. Everyone shines. Everyone has a seed inside of them. As a woman and as a Black woman, I don't need to apologize for the way the universe has created me. What I need to do is use my talent to bring change, to bring transformation. And I need to do that with myself. So for me, there's only one message that I love people to have, is that stop apologizing for who you are and use it for good. And if everyone does that, I assure you, most of our world problems would be solved. Because we're too afraid of being ourselves. We're too afraid of taking action. We're too afraid of speaking up. And then we're hiding away from things. I better not find out about this. We need to really tap into that power. And when we're tapping and unpacking all that power that everyone has in, to change how they treat themselves, how they treat the people, their family, the people then we're changing the world. So for me, if anything, and something that I'm not there, but I hope other young people can really embark on that journey, is that journey of that self-leadership to start with, and that unapologetic desire and obligation. We all have a talent, and we have an obligation to use it for good. That's why we have it. It's not for us to keep it inside of us. You're not doing yourself any favor. You're not even being grateful. Your responsibility is to shine with that and find the way you can do it, and how you can help others shine with that power. That for me would be the impact I love to have.
Power, power, power. Step into your greatness. Stop apologizing for who you are, and make sure, if you have a gift, unleash this gift to the world. Don't keep it to yourself, please. So those are very powerful words from Josephine. And I see we're gonna do a last run on the comments, because there's so many of them. Be the change you want to see. Hey, Ruth is also here. Work together to achieve change, and together we are better. And there's Karen. Hey, Karen, from Dallas, Texas. Really enjoying it. I think you're probably gonna have a new member pretty soon. And Selena, Godseed, Inner Gift are waiting for us, and that's really powerful. So I mean, we've yeah, an hour already. I didn't see it pass, but I don't want to leave without asking you to leave a message. What message do you want to leave to the audience? Because you've already inspired so many, and just want to I just want the audience to go, and especially myself, go in bed with a strong message from you. So what is your strong message to the audience today? Ingun, I shall start with you.
It's not so much a message as an invitation. Please join us the 26th of September and have your voice heard, because we have to do this together.
So thanks, Ingrid. So join us. There's the conference, the Female Ways of Change conference, where it's going to be focused on reshaping the future and accelerating, the positive impact in the world. So you, like Josephine was saying, you have, you have to stop apologizing, start contributing, start bringing your gift. So this is the platform for you to bring your gift and to contribute to, creating a blueprint that's going to help us to change the world for the better. So, Renee, your last word to the audience.
I think one thing that became very clear again to me when we got into COVID-19 situation is the circle of influence. So what can you influence? Focus on the things that you can influence. Don't spend energy on things that are outside your influence, because it's frustrating, and we can better focus on these things that we can do, we can contribute, and we can live out. That is my another message that I want to bring across.
That's great. So focus on the things you can influence. Everything is energy. So if you start wasting your energy on things that you can't influence, you don't have any energy left to really put the effort to create positivity and make the world better. So thanks for that, Renee. And last, Josephine, what is your message for us and for the audience today before we leave this platform?
I would say to everyone, the world needs you, and never underestimate the power of your own story.
Fantastic. So, I think it was a powerful show today, and you could see the power of this movement, Female Wave of Change. I don't have to tell you anything. You've been there. You've interacted with the members, the leaders, and you've had the vision. As you see the vision now. And so there are platforms. There's a conference coming. We have programs as well coming. So make sure you go on the website to know exactly what's going on, and be aware of what the organization is doing. And really, we need every single person, every gift to be able to all go in the same direction and make the world a better place. This, like it was said today, the current system, they don't work, so we have to create a new reality for us, for a better world, a reality where everybody is included, and where everybody can bring a gift and everybody can contribute. So the comments are continuing. I don't know where I am anymore. So it's like change, start with us, implement, and there's Chikes as well. I like the vision and the energy driving this organization. It's time to change the world for good. It's possible. And Selena, inspiring conversation, reshaping of self. Yes, Renee. And I have so a long comment here. That's Gladys. So again, the stop apologizing, and we have also roots to achieve change is not easy, and it can be done with passion and determination. And so I'm not gonna put everybody. Well, we'll have the time. Always inspiring. Thanks, Mireille. So that's thanks. Thanks for watching. Florence. Florence is also an empowering woman in Burundi. So please join us, Florence. I think it's it's an alignment with what you do. And Selena, I'm so proud to be a member of Female Wave of Change. So we are now saying bye bye to everybody. Thanks a lot, Ingun, Renee, and Josephina for for all the inspiration and for the insight. It's been exceptional, and I think the vision is just so powerful. And we're gonna reshape this world and accelerate, the positive impact. And bring this positive impact and change it, change this narrative that is not working right now, and bring the right system to bring everybody together with us and forward to a better, a better place and a better world. So thank you very much to the audience as well. It's been amazing. Thanks for your insight. Thanks for participating. And again, if you want to get in contact with know a little bit more about Female Wave of Change, this is the website, so you can go on the website and have a little bit more information on the work that the organization is doing, and also the different programs that can help you in any see any problem that you have to solve. So that's really great. So thank you. And Karen, yes, we're looking forward to being a part. And Karen, so we're probably gonna have a new member from Dallas, Texas. So great, Karen. I'm happy you'll be joining. Thank you very much. And we have Anastasia as well, happy to be part of the organization. So for now, it's bye-bye. I will be back on Monday with another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show. Thank you so much. And God bless you all. And thank you again for an extraordinary show.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.